Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dana and today I have for you the recipe of cornmeal buns and some pulled pork in the slow cooker. For the bun I'm going to need half a cup of cornmeal, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 9 grams of yeast, 60 milliliters of milk, 1/4 of a cup of butter, 2.5 cups of flour, 250 milliliters of water, 1 egg and 3 tablespoons of sugar. In a small pot I'm going to mix the cornmeal with the salt and with the water, and I'm going to put this to boil on the stove on low heat until all the water is going to be absorbed. It's going to take just a few minutes and I'm going to end up with a polenta. To make this polenta creamier, I'm going to add the butter, creamier and tastier, because the butter always is going to give flavor and taste. So I added the butter. I'm going to let it melt and cook, and I will let this mixture to cool down. After that I will mix it with the yeast, with the sugar, the egg. You can let the polenta just a tiny bit warm, but not hot. In any case, not hot. I'm adding the milk. If you are going to knead the dough by hand, just mix everything with a spatula, and after that knead it with your hands. I'm going to use the mixer, so for the moment I'm just mixing these ingredients, and I will add also the flour. And I will let my mixer to knead this dough for a few minutes. You need a very good kneaded dough, because otherwise your cornmeal buns are not going to be fluffy. So make sure you are kneading the dough at least 10 minutes by hand. Grease a bowl with some oil that you have in your kitchen, and grease the dough as well. Cover the bowl with cling film and let this dough to rise until at least will be double in size. After that, put some flour on your working surface. Put the dough on your counter, on your working surface, and split it in 8 equal parts. As you can see, the dough is amazingly fluffy and raised pretty fast. So I'm going to split it in 8 parts. And I'm going to prepare 8 cornmeal buns. Shape each piece of dough as a ball. Shape it with your hands, between your hands, until the surface is going to be smooth and very nice looking. Press each ball in some cornmeal, only at the base of the bun, and let it rise on a tray. So shape each piece of dough and press it in the cornmeal, only at the base. Place them on a tray on baking paper, and I'm going to cover them with a plastic wrap, plastic cling film, or how do you call it, and I'm going to let them rise again for about 30 minutes. As you can see, they look super nice, and I mixed one egg with 2 tablespoons of milk, and I'm going to give them a good egg wash. In the meantime, I preheated the oven at 356 Fahrenheit, and I'm going to bake them for about 20 minutes. As you can see, they have a very nice color. I'm going to let them cool down. For the pulled pork recipe, I mixed one chopped onion, one large onion, with 3/4 of a cup of ketchup, the one that you prefer, a spicy one or a sweet one, 3/4 of a cup of passata rustica. It's just a tomato sauce, or you can use the tomato paste if you have in your fridge. 1/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar, and because I use the vinegar, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar. This is a mixture of spices that I had in the kitchen, some smoked paprika, also garlic, 1 tablespoon of powdered garlic. You can add the soy sauce, the sweet one. Here you can see me adding the sweet paprika. Cumin seeds. And I didn't measure everything. I just, the spices I just added, you know, by eye. But with the cumin, not too much. Here you see me adding mustard seeds, salt, not too much, like half a teaspoon of salt, freshly ground pepper, because I really like the pepper, and I give a good mix to this mixture, and also a bouillon cube. This is why I didn't add too much salt, and I will mix this bouillon cube in with the rest of the spices. I had over a pound of pork meat, and for this I used pork shoulders, and I spread the mixture that I prepared earlier on top and underneath the piece of meat. I set my crock pot at high, and I cooked this meat on high for about 5 hours, and after that I set it on the low, and I cooked it for even more than that, because I really wanted the meat to be super tender and to fall apart easily. So make sure that you are checking the instructions from your slow cooker, and I'm sure you're going to be okay. You can taste the meat to see if it's ready, and trust me, you are going to know when it's ready, because when you're going to touch the meat with a fork, if the meat is going to fall apart, then it's done. So I'm going to spread the spices all over the meat, and I'm going to put the lid on the slow cooker, and I'm just going to let it there and forget about it for a few hours. Well, that if you can, because this is going to smell amazing. After a while, I added rosemary and some thyme, just to give more flavor, and from time to time I've turned the meat, because I really wanted to be cooked all the way through. So after all this time, you're going to see the meat is ready, and I'm going to place the meat on a plate because I want to shred it, and I will remove the thyme and the rosemary. Don't throw away the juice that you see in the pot because that thing is precious. So with 2 forks, just shred the meat into tiny pieces. It's super tasty, full of flavors, and I'm sure you're going to love it. And put back the meat into the pot and mix it with the sauce. A dry meat is never good, so make sure that you mix it with the sauce, and also remove the thyme sticks that you have around in the pot. As you'll see me, I'm still finding thyme sticks around the meat. So this was the meat prepared in the slow cooker. I've done this in the oven, but trust me, it's not the same. I cooked the meat in the oven for about 5 hours, covered with aluminum foil, but in the slow cooker it's much more easy. To make the sandwiches, just cut one bun in half. Well, if you're going to eat just one sandwich, and put some butter between the slices. Toast them in a pan until they are going to be golden brown inside. It will take just a few minutes, and after that you can add between the slices some mayonnaise, ketchup, the meat from the slow cooker, I don't know, slices of cucumbers, slices of tomato. It's up to you how you're going to fix your sandwich. I chose mayonnaise, ketchup, and cucumbers pickle, and also some fried potatoes. The cornmeal buns are absolutely delicious. I'm going to prepare them again. It's not too hard to prepare them, and they are super fluffy and goes amazingly well with the pulled pork meat. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Put a smile on your face no matter what, and I'm going to meet you here next time with dessert. Until then, stay safe for you and for your family, and I see you next time. Bye.